Okay, so this is another one of those checking out the professionals deals, and you might think to yourself, well, is it really worth the bother to do just 21 bets? Because I'm perfectly happy to cover blackjack and baccarat, but I won't touch any of those weird things like ultimate Texas Hold'em and three card poker and all those other rip-offs like Double Down Madness and that sort of thing. I don't have anything to do with those, but I just thought it was time to start another Bobby Rivas analysis model because he actually came out with a little bit of dosh this time. He came out with more than pattern betting, with more than algae. Um, he he's like all the other pros, I mean, the gambling pros on YouTube. It's extraordinary, but they all seem to act as if they're following a script, as if they have to play like regular punters. They have to sort of do these sort of Hail Mary shit or bust bets. They have to go all over the place. They have to experiment with, okay, this time I'm going to go with the basic strategy. This time I'm going to ignore the basic strategy. And it's exactly the kind of thing that somebody who isn't thinking, who has no experience or very little experience of gambling in a casino, it's the kind of thing that they do. And it's the sort of thing that the casinos absolutely love, that they encourage. They encourage people to bet very narrow spreads. They encourage people to tilt, to go over the top, to just lose their cool when they hit a losing streak, all of that kind of thing. They don't want people thinking. They don't want people playing any kind of strategy, least of all a progressive betting strategy. So all these guys are just, they're just following the casino playbook. It's as simple as that. So anyway, here is Bobby, who, like some of the others, seems like a regular guy, but he's losing absolutely thousands, and he went nuts this time. He let's see, what did he do? Down the bottom here, he went over to baccarat. First bet was 1,000, got his ass kicked there. Next bet was 500. He won that one. Next bet was 1,000. That was a tie, so nothing happened. Next bet was a banker bet, and he lost that. And then he had two players, one for 1,000 and one for 2, and away he went. So that he made 900 on action of 8,500, 10.6% win over action, basically, which is great. That's not terrible. But he was kind of risky there. I mean, his exposure was 1,650. Algae's was a quarter of that, less than a quarter of that. So Algae made 18.5% on action. Let me see, what else have we got here? Bobby's win over his loss value was good, 153%. But that's, of course, helped along by the fact that, he suddenly went nuts here, and that pushed his average up very nicely. Algae made just a little better, 159%. So, and I've factored in his multi-hand bets, and they cost him money, about 450, I think. And all this multi-hand betting, it really is nonsense. It just doesn't work. But, there are people like, for instance, Mr. Handpay, who absolutely swear by it. Most of his rounds are multi-hand bets. And I just think back to this guy, Claude, when I lived in Nevada, who lost everything. He always bet 3 hands, and he said, oh, it's just fantastic when the dealer busts and you get paid 3 times on shit hands. And he never ever did the other side of the coin, and never thought about that, which is, of course, you've got 3 good hands out, and then the dealer flips a natural, or pulls a 21 against your 3 20s or whatever. What can I say? Everybody is entitled to do whatever they want to do with their own money. as long as it really is their own money. I mean, that's my big worry. And I don't have the right to worry on behalf of other people, but I got to say, I feel very concerned for people who are not placing bets, but whose money is, without their knowledge, being pushed out onto the table, or sort of across the counter at the sports book or whatever. Second-hand gambling is a serious problem, but all of the authorities in the UK, just as in the USA and elsewhere around the world, they just turn a blind eye to it. They just say, no. Gambling is running a casino, running a bookie shop, running numbers, whatever. Perfectly legitimate business. It's, they have the right to do what they need to do to protect their bottom line, blah, 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 blah. What a load of bollocks, I mean, these people should be forced, basically, to take bets from winners, because what their rule really is, only losers are welcome, And so if they have the slightest idea that you've got a plan which is hurting them, they just bar you. And in Nevada, that's fine. In New Jersey, apparently it's not. They can't bar winners. In this country, it's open season on winners. If a bookie doesn't like the fact that you keep thrashing them at the races, or on online horse race betting, then they can shut you down. And exactly the same in online casinos and land-based casinos and the whole bit. It's just wrong. I mean, if you're going to exploit the idiot masses, which is what casinos and bookies are in business to do, then they should put up with the fact that there are a few people amongst their regular clients who actually know what they're doing and win regularly. But never mind, doesn't wash with the authorities. And, until the authorities wake up and smell the roses or smell the crooks or whatever, then nothing's going to change. But there we are. That's life. Catch you next time.